You want that?
No.
Okay. Here's the way you can reframe your thinking. So if you're in your 40s or 50s and you're watching this, here's what you want to think about down the road. Retirement is not an ending. It's actually a launch. It's a launch into what we call the discovery years, a launch into this phase of life where you've worked really hard for a long time. You've earned hopefully enough money to retire. And if not, you can still work a little bit. But now you get to do some things that really will bring you some different joy and fulfillment and purpose and passion. But you have to think of it that way. You can't think of it as this is an ending, because it's not. It can be. I mean, it was for my dad. It is for a lot of people. But it shouldn't be. It should be a launch into something new.
Well, or a lot of people liken it to a startup, not a close down. Like, we're not closing down the business and getting into retirement. We're doing a startup. Like, get the energy behind it like you would a startup, right?
The other thing you want to think about is, as you're coming off the exit ramp of your career, you want to start really thinking about what it is you're going to do in this phase. Even if it includes a 6-month sabbatical or a year-long sabbatical, don't end up like we did, frankly, on that first Monday going, what are we going to do now? Right. We didn't have this YouTube channel. We didn't really have the business started yet. And we were coming out of a really unhealthy time of our life. And we were just finding our way. We're telling you now in your 40s or 50s, you can really make a difference between now and when you get out of your career, so that when you get here, you're launched to something really special.
I think it's a really special time for all of us to investigate self-care. I know that's something both you and I put on the back burner.
Right.
And that's if you made that a priority, if you made self-care a priority, you could fill your day, you could meet people, you could join communities, if you just made that one thing a priority.
Right. Well, here's the first thing we want to share with you. Retirement starts emotionally long before it starts officially. So this whole idea of retiring in June of 2025, which is right around the corner, you should have been thinking about it 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So you've really got to get an early thought process in place about what you're going to do. So many people, when we read it in the comments, I'm afraid to retire, I don't know what to do, so I'm going to keep working. I mean, that's just sad. Particularly people who have enough money. They just say, I don't know what to do, so I'm going to keep working. I don't really like my job. I don't even like the people, but I don't know what else to do. That's really unhealthy.
The other thing I was going to say about that is, prepping yourself early for retirement from a mindset perspective and what you're going to do and where you're going to go and how you're going to live is great, but also communicating to your family, your partner, your spouse, your close-knit friends, letting them know ahead of time that you're going to be retiring and you have a plan, not only provides them with the confidence in you, but it provides confidence in yourself, I think.
Yeah, the other thing to think about too for these people that leave comments, and we can't answer them all, I'd love to get...
try.
Well, we try, but you can't answer them the way you'd like to. If you need to keep working or you want to keep working, you can do a hybrid discovery phase, a hybrid retirement, where you say to your employer, look, I'd like to give you 20 hours a week for a while and see how that goes. Maybe a different role, maybe a scaled back role, or maybe 10 hours a week. Maybe they need someone with your particular skill or talent so you can keep working, but it's a hybrid so that you're not like cold turkey out.
Yeah, that's a great idea. The next thing is, just remember this. Your future self depends on what your current self is doing in terms of nutrition, hydration, activity, moving your body, caring for yourself, caring for your skin, caring for, your eyes, your doctor's appointments, all the things. Your future self is depending on you for that care you're taking today.
And we screwed this up. In our 40s and 50s, we were about as unhealthy as we have ever been in our life. We didn't know it at the time, but we know it now, because now we're the healthiest we've ever been. And I think back on my habits and routines in 40s and 50s and not going to the gym and eating poorly and drinking too much and being stressed out and sleeping late on weekends and just a mess. But that was our normal and we thought it was okay.
Right.
So we landed in retirement in really bad shape, and we've clawed ourselves back over the last 8 years, and we're in wonderful, wonderful shape now.
Well, we're
if you can get
better shape.
well, as best as I could ever be, as Ben. So if you can enter retirement, the discovery phase, like feeling like I'm feeling now, like if you feel a little sluggish and tired and overweight, work on it now.
Yeah.